Hello my friends. Right, today we're going to put a plant that is in Leca into a slanted planter. This has always had a spider plant in, which is in soil, which is infested with fungus gnats, which I don't want. Anyway, I'm sure you'll agree it's absolutely beautiful. She's perfect. Look at her little face. She's holding that little planter. Oh look, isn't it lovely? Anyway, I was thinking I probably can't put Leca in here because of course you've got water will not do well on a slope. So I've been doing a little experiment. So just follow me. Okay, I've got my little surface here. What you'll need is some plastic cups, home bargain, some plastic pint cups, soldering iron, some nutrient solution, a permanent marker, and your Leca. So now we've got everything. What I want to do is show you. You have to forgive me, my neighbours are banging and crashing and drilling and all sorts, so I might get a bit of interference. I'll do my best not to. Okay, so I took a pint glass, well glass, a cup, plastic cup, and I cut a little bit off. Now obviously you do this to the size of the slanted planter that you've got. So this is perfect for Doris. It fits right in. So, well, how, I hear you cry, are you going to be able to put water in there and have your Leca and your plant without it tipping over? Well, I'm going to show you how now. So we put our Leca in this pot. Now you'll notice that I have put holes with my soldering iron into this. Now the reason we do that is because that will have to be submerged. Now I'm doing a submerged setup because spider plants like to be wet. They're not going to mind it. If it was a plant that doesn't particularly like too much water, like a snake plant, or this one, it's a Tradescantia, that's in a self-watering pot with a wick. So I wouldn't probably use this method that I'm using for the spider plant with one of those. So this is what we're using anyway. So I've drilled holes in there. So what will happen is the pint cup that we've cut down, if it's on a slant like that, I've marked this out so that I can show you. So you've got your Leca, you're going to get water displacement, which is basically the weight of all that in that water will make the level rise, you can see. So you need to measure after you've put that in. Put your planter on the sink or somewhere and just do little experiments with how much water you're going to need. So every time you come to top it up, you'll know how much to put in there without it overflowing and making a mess. So we're going to put that in there. That's got the water in. Now with the Leca, same principle applies. You've got gravity, so of course with it's on a slope, you are going to get some of your Leca running out. So we're going to get rid of that. So you've got a sensible slope. And that. I'm going Doris. Hang on a minute. Let's get that out. Put that in there and just show you. Can you see the water level? So if you'd have put more water in, I'll do this because I can make a mess because it's on my waterproof mat, so it doesn't matter. Okay, the more you put in, the more chance you're going to have of it coming out. So I've measured this prior to doing this video so that I know how much I'm going to need, which is up to that line. Because I wanted to test it before I made a show of myself to you guys. Right. Okay, so that's that. And if you wanted to, you can cut that rim off, but it makes it easier to get it out if you've got something to hold on to. And then you can just take it out like that. So it is doable. Using Leca in a sloping pot is doable. So I might just go ahead and show you how to do that now. Now this spider plant is the first plant that I tried in Leca because I just wanted to not waste a good plant by not knowing what I was doing. So I thought I'd try a little plant first. So excuse me if any of these balls drop out, but can you see the roots there? So that means it's taken to the Leca okay, because obviously the roots are growing. There's not been much growth on the top, but we can't have everything. Anyway, so what I'm going to do is take some of this Leca out. Probably going to need more actually. And this is a little deeper, so it gives us a bit more room for the roots. So to get it out of the Leca, I'm going to squeeze the pot. Can you see? I'm just going to squeeze it. Just tip this out. And hold on to the plant like that in case it falls out and damages itself. Okay, so I'm just teasing these roots out. And that's the roots there. Now when you're doing this, you should always look out for any rotten roots, which I've just spotted a bit there, so I'm going to cut it off. I'm just going to use some little snippers that I bought, little cheapo ones. I'm just going to shake that Leca off, hang on. Otherwise it'll be dropping all over the floor, and I've just swept, so I'm going to pull these roots. And as you can see, that one has come off, which means it's rotten. So I'm going to move that. And the reason it's rotten is because it's been sitting in the water. Now this happens, it's just how it is, it does happen. So this is why we use these pots, so we can get as much, keep an eye on it as much as we can on the roots. You're not going to get all of them, but just be vigilant if you see any of your leaves looking a bit dodgy. Now if you look here, these roots are like an ivory colour, and these ones are a white colour. The ones that are white are new, and they are water roots. They have grown since I put it into the water. So before long there will be a lot more white roots. That's great. So the old ones that are dying off, they're the old roots. So just don't worry too much about it. Just what happens. So with that one there, he's looking a bit ropey. I'm just going to cut him off where I can see the brown starting. And that's it. So basically, we put that into this pot that's got the air holes around the outside. You will get the roots growing through those air holes, but that's fine. If you do get that and you see any rotting of those roots that are growing out, just cut them off. It's a bit easier, to be honest. So all we need to do is backfill the rest of that leca in there around the spider plant. Keeping in mind you are going to need it to be on its side slightly. Can you see that? See, we are going to do it on a bit of a slope because of the planter. Because if you do it straight and then you put it in and all the leca rolls out, you're going to be angry. Oh, I would be. Right, I'm just going to try and... I might actually do it in there. And then we can get the better gist of it. Can you see that there? Right, just backfill it. I'm just going to do that so it gets to the back. Not too more there anyway. Shake it all round so it gets to the back as well. Look at that now. Let's just have a look. You need to get it right so you don't interfere with it later. I might actually empty a bit of that depth. Not have it so high up, just because it is going on the slope. Leave it there. Go up to that. I think that should be a bit better. Yeah. So, any movement, if you're doing any housework, just give it a shake so you know it's not going to come out. Now, this in here is got the Formulax in. Formulax. It's a nutrient solution. That's basically the food for the plant. So this watering can has got a mix of the Formulax in. Excuse my son, he's the other side of the window. I don't know if you can see him. Anyway, he's laughing. So I'm just going to tip that out because that's only water. Right. So it goes up to the line. And plant goes in there. See how the level's risen, the water displacement, and into Doris. And as soon as that fills out, it'll be like this one. So it will look nicer. Obviously it's got to fill out, but that's what this hobby's all about. And the water is safely in position. I'll just take that out again to show you when it's not in there, so you can see it's not leaking. And that's it. So